It's Brainwash with Dr. Tom, and guitar picks with Tim Beeman of Heaven's Sake. Guitar pick is Police, King of Pain.
The Police, to me, I recently become a Police fan. Sting, before he really got into tree hugging and saving the spotted owl, was just cool. Most of the stuff that the Police had that were popular songs he wrote. Although he never played anything really ballistic, it was still tasteful and fit the song, and it still could get a little bit technical if he wanted to. Mm-hmm. Kind of like me, I guess. I look at myself like Sting because I can get technical, but why?
Yeah.
So if I'm not in a position where I need to do that, mm-hmm. I don't see a point of going, apes just to try to get stuff done. Mm-hmm. So I think my thing with the Police right now is some kind of a feeling of connection with Sting because of the old Sting. I don't care about the spotted owl. I mean, I don't want anything to be killed like that, but I'm not going to go out and train myself to a tree for it. And the Sting back then, as far as his playing goes, and his lyric style was cool. He'd sing about anything he wanted to. Yeah. And I'm not a political singer. I'm not go out and get drunk singer. I'm whatever I'm feeling at that time comes out of my head. It goes on paper. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's where my connection is. And King of Pain was one of the songs I'd mentioned earlier that until 1983 I didn't listen to anything but Kiss. I'd heard Every Breath You Take, which was the big hit for them.
Yeah.
And incidentally, he makes $1,500 a day royalties on that song.
Wow.
Anyway, I got this compilation for Christmas that had a whole bunch of songs on it, and King of Pain was one of them. And it starts out real, similar. And talking about a little black spot on the sun today. Go from there. I just learned it the other day, but it's just something about the way the whole song moves. It's a lot of that song too has to do with Stewart Copeland, who's the drummer, mm-hmm. just because he really wasn't a drummer more than he was a percussionist, or is a percussionist, and it goes along more along the lines of it's the whole entire song contained within itself is what turns me on.
Okay, it's Brainwash with Dr. Tom and guitar picks with Tim Beeman. The next pick is Queen, Another One Bites the Dust.
Well, being a bass player, I was, I guess this was 81 or 2, and yes, I didn't listen to anything but Kiss, but there was, like I said, there was the occasional song that got through, and my dad is an impatient man, and he flips through the channels a lot, mm-hmm. and he had stopped, like put it on Seek or something on the radio, and it had stopped, and I'm like, that's cool. This is before I even thought about playing anything. But I'm like, that's just a cool line. And then I didn't hear it again for a couple of years, but then I heard it again. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've heard that, and I like it. And it's not a whole lot of technical stuff to it. John Deacon's a very good bass player, and that was his song. That was his number one song. Is another one of those entire songs. But that, as far as influences go, I've gotten more into Queen in the last couple of years than I ever did before. I feel, as much as I love Kiss, I think that hurt me in the long run.
Oh, yeah?
Because it really closed the gap when I could have, in my, quote unquote formidable days, where I could have, been really influenced by a lot more. Mm-hmm. I was on that one track, and later, even with the Beatles and stuff, I come into I come into the vastness of music too late. Not too late, because I've done a heck of a job catching up.
Yeah.
But stuff that I never liked. I never cared for Led Zeppelin, and then it goes back to my reading music. Mm-hmm. I would sit and for the first 5-6 albums, I guess, up to Physical Graffiti, mm-hmm. I would sit and just listen and read what they're doing, and like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And the whole time before, I'm like, gosh, how can anybody listen to him sing?
Yeah.
Yapping. It's like Rush. I can't stand Geddy Lee's voice, but he's a heck of a bass player.
Uh-huh.
And I just recently got into them heavy. I mean, we attempted to play Tom Sawyer before, mm-hmm. and don't ask me to play any of it now. I can't play any of that. But I'm not, like I said, I've not even played in a couple of weeks. But mm-hmm. my musical knowledge has had to play a lot of catch up in the last 10 years, especially.
Brainwash for Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Tim Beeman of Heaven's Sake. Queen, I'm Going Slightly Mad.
I'm a big fan of Insanity songs. You can listen to Pink Floyd's Brain Damage and Eclipse, and I think that's a great thing. Anytime someone can work insanity into a song and be tasteful about it, it's great. This is on the last album that Freddie recorded before he died. Mm-hmm. It was one of the last videos he did, and he really worked hard on it. And again, I'm a keyboard player, and anytime you have really good keyboard songs, which there's a lot of stuff going on there, I really dig it. And it's just the song itself makes me want to play. And tell you the truth, I've started working on my own version of it at home. I do a lot of that for my spare time. I just work. If I'm not writing something for myself, I'm reworking something. Uh-huh. I'm a fan of remade songs, not cover songs, uh-huh. but like the Ataris have "The Boys of Summer" now. It's Don Henley's song, but it's just a totally different song. I mean, though they play it really authentically, it's still their song, mm-hmm. and it's really cool. I'm digging it. I heard Sugar Ray's "Is She Really Going Out with Him" uh-huh. from Joe Jackson mm-hmm. last night, and I never heard it before, but it was awesome.
So you have a hard day at the office, you go home. What are you more likely to do? Pick up a bass you may have at home, or go to a piano and pick out something and read something, or what?
It really depends on my mood. If I'm wanting to pound something out, of course I just sit there. I mean, if I'm just hitting straight E's the whole time, I'm happy. Uh-huh. Which technically, I guess that's an E flat because I tuned down. But if I'm in a bad mood, and not the violent kind of bad mood. If I'm in a violent bad mood, I get behind my electronic drum set and just beat the snot out of them for a couple hours. Uh-huh. If I'm in a weird mood, I'll go back to the violent mood. I go behind the piano because it soothes me. Yeah. It settles me down. It makes me think about what I'm doing a little bit more. Piano is one of my favorite instruments just because it's unlike any other instrument. Its real name is piano forte mm-hmm. because piano means soft and forte means loud. Uh-huh. And you can just, if I'm mad, I can go in and play something really hard the first couple times, and by the time I'm finished, I'm doing arpeggios and I'm off in La La Land somewhere.